You ever ask yourself, how can one person really make a difference for the planet? It's a huge question, right? And it can feel pretty overwhelming. Well, today we're going to dive into a project that tackles that anxiety head on with a surprisingly fun solution, a personalized sustainability coach called eco-quest-ai. So, where did this whole idea come from? Well, the entire project really boils down to a single, powerful question, one that I'm sure a lot of us have asked ourselves when we think about the environment. Yeah, this one right here. What can I personally do that actually matters? With all the noise around climate change, it's just so easy to feel swamped. You want to help, but where do you even start? What small things can you do every day that will make a real measurable difference? And that is exactly where this project steps in. It's all about taking that feeling of anxiety and flipping it into action. And it does it using a pretty clever trick, something you've definitely seen if you play video games. So what is eco-quest AI really? Think of it like having a super smart guide in your pocket, your very own sustainability coach. The goal is to help you track and shrink your environmental impact, not by lecturing you, but by making the whole process genuinely engaging. And this really gets to the heart of the philosophy here. It's all about reframing the experience. So forget the boring checklists, forget the guilt trips. The idea is to make sustainable living feel more like an adventure, a personal quest where you're the hero, making a difference one small choice at a time. Okay, so that's the big picture. But how does it actually work? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how your personal EcoQuest really functions. The user journey is designed to be super simple, which is smart. It all starts with awareness. You just log your daily choices, things like your commute or your energy use. From there, the AI coach jumps in, giving you tips that are tailor-made for you based on your actual habits. Then you move into action by taking on specific challenges. And finally, you earn rewards to keep that motivation fired up. Now, this whole reward system, it's straight out of the classic video game playbook, all designed to keep you motivated. You've got levels to show your long-term progress, streaks to encourage you to stick with it every day, and of course, badges for celebrating those big achievements. It also throws in short-term eco-challenges, like trying a car-free day, to help you build new positive habits. All right, so we get what it's like for the user, but now let's pull back the curtain a bit and see how the developers actually put this thing together. I love this quote from the creators because it just nails the whole mindset of the project. The entire app is built around positive reinforcement. It's not about scaring people into action. It's all about empowering them by celebrating every single small win along the way. And one of the biggest hurdles they had to overcome was making the AI actually, useful. We've all heard that generic advice like save the planet, right? It doesn't really tell you what to do. So their solution was to carefully design the AI prompts to give tips that are personalized, genuinely actionable, and, this is key, realistic for your life. Okay, for all you tech folks out there, here's a little inside scoop. The project is built almost entirely in TypeScript. So what does that mean for you as a user? Well, it means the whole app is built on a really solid, modern foundation. And that lets the developers add new features and improves the experience way faster and more reliably. So if you put it all together, the tech stack is really lean and modern. They're using TypeScript as the language and Vite as a super fast build tool. The brain of the operation, the AI coach itself, is powered by Google's Gemini API, which is what generates all those personalized tips. And the whole shebang is hosted on Vercel, making it super easy to access from any web browser. So this project is already live and working right now, but the quest is definitely far from over. Let's take a look at what the developers have planned for the future. The roadmap they have from here is seriously exciting. I mean, imagine adding a social layer. With leaderboards, you can have a little friendly competition with friends. Or what about getting location-aware insights that suggest local public transport options right when you need them? They're also planning deeper analytics to help you visualize your progress over time and multi-language support to make this Eco Coach accessible to literally everyone. And that brings us to this final question, which I think just perfectly captures the spirit of eco-quest AI. It reframes our whole perspective on personal impact. It suggests that our small daily choices aren't just isolated actions, but they're meaningful steps in a larger, collective, and, I think, a much more hopeful journey. And that is a pretty powerful thought to leave you with.